Udyr's gonna tank here. Diego's gonna help us take care of that Swain. Swain melted. Gangplank going directly for the Malzahar. He got pushed by the Indolent Force. Oh, but it doesn't matter. What's up, guys? It's me, Kupo. We're here with a ranked game. We're gonna see if we can hard force the new viral Gangplank comp that's been all over Twitter. I played the comp a couple of times. It felt really good if we're able to hit Gangplank 3-star. But honestly, if we're not able to hit Gangplank, it's kind of sus. But let's see how we do. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, pretty much the goal of the composition is to play around Gather Force Gangplank. So this is generally the board that we're going to play at level 8. We're going to play Gangplank with exactly these items: 2 Shojins and 1 Gunblade. And the thing that's most important here is the power-up. So on Gangplank, oof, we already have a Gunblade there. On Gangplank, we need the Gather Force power-up that was just added to him in this last patch. On Kale, our secondary carry, we're going to go for Fury Break, which Fury Break, whenever one of your 2 champs that has a power-up on them dies, they give a huge attack speed buff to the other powered-up champion. So what we're looking for here is Gangplank. Every time he's going to use his ult, he's going to gain more attack damage. Kale is going to give him more attack speed, so he can take full advantage of those Shojins, ult a bunch of times, and just decimate front lines. So for now, it looks like we just have the Gunblade, Team Building, Lesser Duplicator. Well, I kind of like that one. Efficient Shopper for the next 4 carousels. You gain a second copy of the champion taken. No, I'd rather have Team Building. Pandora's Bench. Pandora's Bench? Probably going to be the best one here. Although another augment type that's really good for this comp is items. So things like Young, Wild, and Free could have been really good. Hextech Gunblade. So I'm thinking about building the Gunblade for now. Probably throwing this on Lucian since I'm closer to 2-star Lucian. Drift Duo, just because I already have both of them. Well, I really wish that I could throw like 2 costs here. I wish I could make like 10 gold. But I think we're going to stick to this. In regards to our other items, pretty much this is like a Gangplank only comp. It's like a Gangplank solo carry comp since we're going to play around 6 duelists. And we need BIS Gangplank. The other item that's really important for this comp is probably going to be, what is here? Even Shroud? Even Shroud to reduce armor so that our Gangplank deals even more damage. We're going to want to throw that onto our... But yeah, this is the board that we're going to play on level 8. We're going to activate Mighty Mech off of Aatrox and Jarvan. And generally at level 6, if you're not able to hit 6 duelists, we want to play this board with Darius so that we could activate Supreme Cells to carry off of Kai'Sa and Darius, and Heavyweight off of our Aatrox. So here we have a 2-star Lucian. That should help. Let's keep throwing 2 costs onto our Pandora's Bench. We're going to use Lucian as an item holder, at least for stage 2, for us to not lose too much HP. Although I'm even thinking about just lose streaking, since we lost the first round anyway. I mean, we wanted to have a decent board, but if that's not going to be possible, then it's Midas Touch on a Nafiri 1. I mean, if she miraculously kills something and farms 1 gold off of that, that's really sick, right? We killed 1 unit, so we're not going to lose too much HP there. All right, nice. The only thing I'm really nervous about is a lot of these components I don't really want for my composition. This could be Even Shroud, although I'm even thinking about doing a Last Whisper here. Can activate 2 duelists here, 2 Juggernauts even. Leave all the 2 costs here. Our other option is Last Whisper. That way we don't have to wait for an Even Shroud. Thinking that's probably even our best option. So I'm just going to slam the Last Whisper now to not lose too much HP. We're going to throw this on Kai'Sa. And this belt, it could be another defensive item. I don't really have a use for the bow or the glove anyway. If we actually win this round, I would be really surprised. I feel like my board is really weak. But then again, there's a couple of these Katarina players that have scaling power-ups on Katarina probably. So their board is weaker than mine, surprisingly. Hopefully we still have first pick on Carousel. Hopefully this Nafiri farms some. Come on. Nice one there. Second pick on Carousel. That's not too bad. And we're going to want to go for a sword here. Since we're missing 2 Shojins, we need 2 swords and 2 tiers. Although the game naturally gave us a sword, so it's probably going to be harder for it to give us 2 more swords. Probably going to want to grab a sword off Carousel here. All right, so no Gangplanks off of this. Heck, I wouldn't even be mad about a 2-star V. We could throw the 2-star V on Pandora's Bench to try to get Gangplank a little bit quicker. So this guy, over 9,000, Katarina. All right, the good thing about this meta, right now we're in a heavy reroll meta. So if there's a lot of people playing 2-cost reroll, it makes it even easier for you to hit your Gangplank 3-star. This comp, it's pretty much like, I feel like it's good. It's not an amazing comp. It's not like meta breaking, but it's a good comp if you have a good opener for it. But a lot of people feel like it's a really, really troll comp. Like it was just a clickbait Twitter comp. So people really aren't like contesting your Gangplank. They would only contest Gangplank if they're playing Mighty Mech. And either way, they would just get like 1 Gangplank out of the pool, maybe 3 if they have a 2-star Gangplank. But no one's even playing Duelist, so it's like one of those comps where, oh look, two Gangplanks here. Awesome. But if you have an opener of, let's say, I kind of want to leave these off of here. We could keep the V pair. But if you have like worth the weight Gangplank, something like that. Since we lost the last round, I kind of want to keep this board. I mean, we could throw 4 Duelist in. Let's just throw 4 Duelist in there. Gunblade the Gangplank. I'm not going to throw the fruit. It's the one thing I'm not going to do. Because something that's really important about this comp as well is forcing these fruits. All right. On Gangplank, you need Gather Force. You need Gather Force. And if we go to Meta TFT here, these are all of the fruits that you could hit off of Gangplank. It's crazy, right? But if we filter this by stage 3, it becomes a lot less options since we're taking out a lot of those scaling power-ups here. So that's why you're going to throw your first fruit on a unit that isn't Gangplank, or heck, that isn't even Kale. Because Kale, she also has a lot of scaling power-ups as well, but on stage 3, they're deactivated. So after stage 3, that's where we're going to want to actually go for the power-ups that we want to play. So I want to keep this Janna pair as well. Heck, I even kind of want to roll a bit. Just to get a 2-cost in here. No, let's just throw in a 1-cost. Well, let's see if we natural one. Bow and rod. Not what we want to see when we're forcing like this. Tier. Okay, we do want to see that. So we have a Shojin here. Morello's not too bad, but I think we're going to probably have to reforge this rod. Well, the bow. 2-star V. Okay, we could throw that here. We got an Udyr. That's a really good hit. Okay, so now that we're in stage 3, where we have more odds to hit Gather Force, we're going to throw that on Gangplank. Legender. Let's clean that off. Gather Force. There we go. Okay, sweet. Let's just replace this here. Okay. So, curiously enough, I actually don't want to level up this Kale. I'm just going to roll. Oh, we would have had a Gangplank 2 there. I was too afraid. I was too afraid of hitting D once. Saltboard doesn't look too bad. I can't even think about getting rid of these Jannas. The odds of us hitting a Janna 2-star here. I mean, if we're wasting 4 gold here, might as well go all in on that play. Yeah, I just rolled there because of Pandora's Bench. Normally, you don't want to roll until level 6. All right. So here we have 2-star Gangplank. We could throw in this Aatrox to get Juggernauts. Quiet quitting for the next 3-player combat. You can't use your shop. After that, gain 16 gold and a completed item anvil. Exclusive customization. Kind of like this one. We can look for someone that has Shojin in their pool. All right, let's go for that. Does Kaisa have Shojin? No. Does Gangplank have Shojin miraculously? No. Does Kog'Maw? Who has Shojin? Does it have to be a magic caster? Well, for now, let's leave it like that. And I'm even thinking about doing Ginzo Viego, but it's not the best item in the world on him. Even as a magic marksman. Does no one have Shojin in their pool? Did I just troll my augment hoping for an item that doesn't exist? I mean, the good thing is Gangplank 2-star is really, really good in this round, so Gangplank's gonna help us to farm a bit of gold, get back to 50. Normally, if you don't have like Pandora's Bench, because look, I have like, what is this, 9, 10 gold here. If you don't have this, you're gonna be able to level up to 6 on 3-2 and roll to get a Gangplank 2. But since I already have the Gangplank 2, I don't have to keep rolling. So I think we're fine like that. Ezreal, hybrid caster. Ezreal has a Shojin. Come on, give me Shojin. And we didn't get the Shojin, but Giant Slayer is not a bad item. I don't know if I want it, but it's not a bad item. It's either that or Adaptive Helm. I'm gonna go for Adaptive Helm. Honestly, I feel better about items on Udyr than items on Kai'Sa. We could sell this. Kind of want to sell this, and we're gonna keep B. Since there's someone else playing Janna, we could hold the Jannas to make it harder for them, but I kind of really want to level something up to put full 2-star 2 costs in the Pandora's Bench. The really good thing about this comp is that I feel like the mid game isn't that bad. Once you have Shojin Gunblade Gangplank with 4 duelists, stage 3 is pretty good. It doesn't feel that bad. The only problem is like the second half of stage 3, beginning half of stage 4 feels really, really bad if you don't have a Gangplank 3-star, but I feel like that's pretty much every comp, right? Second pick off Carousel, we really want to go for the sword, especially since that's a Jarvan for our mid game board. Or tier, but I really want sword. That's a good item for any champion in this comp. All right, sweet. So we got the sword. Now we're just missing 1 tier and we have BIS game. That's the only thing that I kind of feel off about this comp, is that you need like a lot of things for it to work. But once everything comes together, it's really, really cool. The only bad thing about this comp as well is that it gets like hard countered by Katarina. So now that I think about it, this probably isn't like the best game to play this. But whatever. So let's level up. Let's throw in this Jarvan. That's going to activate 3 Mighty Mech. So we have an extra unit on our board. We want to keep this game playing. And if we win, we're going to want to like Kai'Sa here. I'm not even going to go for Kai'Sa 3-star since we're not really going to get items on her. We're just going to stick to this. So sword on Gangplank. We have to go for double Shojin on this build. Pretty much the only way that you could get around building double Shojin is if you have a Radiant Shojin. But double Shojin is really, really important because the idea with the Shojin Gunblade is that he gets a ton of AD off of Gather Force, and he's just going to heal right back up once the enemies start attacking him. Which is why Katarina is such a good counter to this comp. It pretty much explodes Gangplank before he's able to scale like that. Oh, we actually got the Gangplank there. Awesome. And we're going to keep this Udyr. Okay, so mid-game here. We're going to want to throw this Kayle back here. And we're going to look for Fury Break. Awesome. Oof, Ashe. So we could actually play 6 duelists here. That's probably a little bit better. And we're really, really close to Gangplank 3s. Just our Viego, not bad. Now, question here is, do we want to keep this Jarvan or not? Honestly, I really do want to keep this Jarvan. It's going to help us at the beginning of stage 7. I mean, the dream here is that we just get 3-star Gangplank out of nowhere. Or at least we make Econ and neutrals. Get 3-star Gangplank on 4-1. Level up and put in Mighty Mech again. But Duelist is so good here because it's giving you a lot of attack speed, which synergizes with that Spear of Shojin. But it also gives you durability, so it becomes a little bit harder to kill Gang. No Gangplanks off of the Pandora's Bench. Sag. And we probably want items on Ashe. I know that she's non-existent this patch, but I mean, with 6 duelists, she has to do something, right? She's also another unit that we could use the bow on. If we get a cloak here, we can do like Kraken Last Whisper. Use her as like a utility unit. Another sword? Come on, I want a tier. And we have the Kraken. So I guess we're gonna have to go for that. Kraken's Fury, IE. Doesn't feel bad. And hopefully we could go for tier off the last carousel. We're at 1 Gangplank off. There we go. Gangplank, we could keep this Udyr. Kind of wish I could put 3 stars, well, 3 costs here, but we're gonna have to do it next round. And we could push levels, but that's gonna leave us below like 32 gold, so I don't want to do that quite yet. We're gonna trust in this 3-star Gangplank. So something really important about positioning here is I'm leaving this Kale alone here in the corner so that she dies quickly to activate Fury Break on Gang. So I did that mistake a couple of times. If you leave a tank next to Kale, that tank is going to get aggro because of the role changes. And it's going to take like a really long time for that Kale to die. You want Kale to die as soon as possible in order for Gangplank to start gaining that attack speed to gain more procs of Gather Force. Sunfire board, I'm thinking it might just be Salvage Bin. I really like Climb the Ladder in this comp since we're playing Vertical Duelist and second save. But we really need that tier, and if I don't get that tier off the carousel, we're pretty much screwed. So we're gonna go for Salvage Bin here, and we got a tier item. Excellent. Okay. So with that, we could force Shojin here. We could even fix this. I feel kind of comfortable with my items, actually. Let's put 3 costs in Pandora's bench. So here it costs 8 gold to push levels. Let's just do that. I'm pretty much losing 1 gold by going from 50 to 40. But if we get like really good fight RNG off of Gangplank and he farms us a ton of gold, then it's just gonna make up for it anyway. All right, I feel like this fight is really good. Gangplank is a beast at melting tanks. Since his cast animation is so slow, look at that. Like he takes no time at all to get 2-3 ults off on that Garen, and boom, we just exploded his board. So there you go. Gangplank, 3-star, BIS items. The only thing that we were missing were like combat augments, but we had to go for those item augments, not fall too behind. And we're in second place, so we can even like start pushing levels, and with Pandora's bench, look for a 3-star Ashe since no one's playing Ashe. No one's playing these units. Except this guy that might play like 5 Crystal Gambit, although it's probably too late for him. 6 Crystal Gambit. So he's already taken 3 copies of Ashe out of the pool, but he has 50 HP, so if we get paired up against him a few times, we might be able to knock him out. All right, so here we're in front of Kobuko. So good thing is that Kale already died, but my Gangplank got stunned. Let's see if that's enough AD to melt through this Kobuko. Nope, wasn't enough. Dang, Wits End Katarina? Sheesh. Yeah, that's the only bad thing about this comp. Katarina hard counters it, so I would say play this comp if you get it off like a worth the wait Gangplank, or if you have like a Gangplank 2-star off stage 2, or if you have like a lot of these components. But if you don't have like really good direction for the comp, you're pretty much playing an uphill battle, which isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, if you just want to play a new comp since the meta has been pretty stagnant for like the last week, I mean, go for it. It's really fun. Once he starts popping off, it looks really, really cool. All right, so here, I mean, this is going to be like Ionic Spark, so I think I prefer a Warmogs. Something tells me I'm probably going to build this Rabadons. I might as well just build it on Viego. I really want to go for defensive items on my Udyr 1. Okay, Udyr 2, awesome. We can also try to go for Viego 3. Like, play a full reroll comp here. So I want to be like same side as my opponent's carries to have Gangplank get there as fast as possible. Who's dealing more damage at this point, Kaisa or Ashe? Kaisa. But I mean, then again, she has triple item. Either way, I probably don't want to put items on Ashe until we have 2-star Ashe, so let's just stick to this. All right, Gangplank is focusing Malphite. That's fine. Kale died really quickly, so just look at all those casts. Just look at how quickly he starts stacking AD. 3-star Gangplank with Gather Force. I saw that there were a lot of people theory crafting this comp since they added Gather Force as a power-up option for Gangplank. But I don't know, it just seemed really funny to me that the answer to how do we optimize this, it's double Shojin Gunblade. Like, What? It looks like a meme comp, but it's really, really funny. All right, we got a 5 cost, so kind of like the idea of throwing this here, seeing if we get a Lee Sin. And I really want to keep 4 costs here to try to get Ashe or Jarvan. Jarvan is really good utility in this comp as well because of the stun. So here I'm thinking I want to swap sides. Yeah, there's 2 Malzahar players left side. So I want to swap sides and I want to blow up that Katarina as fast as possible. All right, so we're against the 7 Crystal Gambit player. All right, look, the good thing here is that people are contesting Malzahar. I think someone already has 3-star Malz. If they didn't, we could just hold Malzahars and wait until one of them gets knocked out. Oh, look, Gangplank popped off. Gangplank popped off. The comp does cool stuff, okay? All right, someone got knocked out already. Yeah, first place, we're up against Noxious Trap Malzahar with 3-star Malz, 3-star Swing. The good thing is that I feel like this is a guaranteed top 2. Like, okay, he's playing 7 Crystal Gambit, but he's playing around Malzahar. Oh, but he has a ton of duplicators. Nah, he already. Nothing we can do there. All right, so let's just stick to this. Chain Vest. Okay, that's pretty cool. If we got a sword, we can go for Edge of Night Viego. Start itemizing him. And we got a belt. Belt is pretty okay too. That's a Sunfire cape. I don't really have anti-heal yet. Let's go for Jarvan. Let's put the Mighty Mech down here. Well, actually, positioning that we want is this. Another copy of Jarvan. Another copy of Ashe. So yeah, we want to go for Sunfire. Let's see if we could get like a BT. BT's not bad for Viego. All right, we wanted to switch sides, but it's probably too late now. Let's stick to this. And let's just keep putting in 3 costs. Let's see if we can get Viego 3-star. Or the other option, we could look for Lee Sin items, try to get a Lee Sin too. All right, this fight pretty much shows like when this comp gets really bad. If Kale doesn't die real quick, your Gangplank doesn't get enough healing off to survive the fight. Heck, honestly, I'm thinking that this might be like an augment check comp. There has to be like some augment that makes this really busted. Ooh, this guy didn't hit Katarina 3. So this guy's playing Katarina? He just surrendered. Okay. Yeah, the only bad thing here is that you can't really like solo frontline Kale. Pretty much this is like the best positioning where you leave Kale alone on one side, Gangplank in the front, and just Udyr next to the Gangplank. Just drop Gangplank's aggro at least. Like I'm thinking we might even want to keep this Zyra. We either want like Zyra to get the attack speed buff off, or another heavyweight, or another strategist. Might just hold on to Ziggs. Janna's pretty good utility. I don't know, I kind of feel like with Duelist, since a lot of the attack speed is at the beginning of the fight, by the time that Zyra casts, like they already maxed out their attack speed. We have to keep rolling this. We don't really want Seraphine. Darius isn't bad actually. Activate Supreme Cells here and gives us heavyweight off of Aatrox. A little bit more HP for Gangplank. Yeah, I think our level 9 is going to be a Darius. It's either that or another 2-star legendary like Twisted Fate. The bad thing here is that he did hit 3-star Malz off of the duplicators and he has 7 Crystal Gambit. Just missing 2-star Cassante. We'll see. We'll see how strong he is. We're finally up against him. So we need this Kale to die ASAP. We're starting to farm AD off of Gather Force. Our tank is still alive. Gangplank going for that Malz. Gangplank made it happen. Gangplank actually beat Crystal Malz. What? I swear, like this comp is busted. This comp is busted once you actually get everything that you need to make it work. It's crazy. All right, so what do we need from here? We could go for a Viego item. We could look for better Udyr items. I think a Viego item is probably the best. Probably Ginzo? A Gunblade? I already have anti-heal. I don't need this. I can't break the spat, so it's probably going to be Ginzo. Yeah, let's leave that on Viego for now. So we could probably push levels and throw in this Twisted Fate to farm even more resources. 24. That leaves us at 36 gold, which is not bad. So let's do that. 26. I'm even thinking this is better just because of the heavyweight. And I'm just gonna roll. Just gonna go for 4 costs here. 4 costs or 5 costs. Let's hold on to this. I mean, surely Gangplank's gonna farm us 1 gold here. And again, the bad thing here is that Kayla's on this side. She's not gonna die. So we're missing on a ton of attack speed for Gangplank. That's why you always have to be same side. Always have to be same side from the opponent's carry. They knocked this guy out, it's top 4. And if we hit, like, could Ash 2, like, some year. This might even be a top 3. 34 HP. I'm just gonna roll. Let's see if we hit something. A Yone 2-star? Well, that's one way to hit 2-star Lee Sin. I'm just gonna go to 0. No Lee Sin. That's crazy. Alright, so here Malzahar is gonna insta-kill Kale. That's good. Udyr's gonna tank here. Viego's gonna help us take care of that Swain. Can you please die, Kale? Thank you. Swain melted. Gangplank going directly for the Malzahar. He got pushed by the Indominant Force. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Like, dude, this comp, I don't know. I think it's hilarious. I even think it's funny. Just how, like, Gangplank starts melting the front line. It might even be like a hard counter to the Malzahar comp. Top 3 tanks to that fight. Oh, I mean, this is a 2-star Twisted Fate. I mean, I kind of want to keep this. I'm just going to roll to see if there's something else we could put in Pandora's. Hell, I kind of want to take these items off of guys and put them onto Twisted Fate. But we have 6 duelists, so Twisted Fate surely has to be... I mean, Kaisa surely has to be better than this, right? Then again, it's a 2 cost versus a 5 cost, so what the hell am I saying? Another Udyr. Nice. Sell it to make 20. Finally we have 2-star Ash. No TG. Is this actually like double Kraken's Ash? Thinking it might be this.
Let's get this sparkle party started. Playtime's over.
Maybe we get a Jarvan off of this. Let's just keep it on this side. It was swapping sides. It was something. I was thinking about throwing the Kale here, but I don't know. I was thinking that I was probably going to get paired up against the first place again. I'll take it. Top 3? Top 3 with the meme comp against Crystal Mal's and a 4-star Mal fight? I'll take that. You know what the play was? The play was leaving the Twisted Fate here. I need 2-star Lee Sin. I had 1-star Lee Sin. Like, how is it so hard to hit a Lee Sin? Come on.
My pain, my power. My pain, my power.
Man, I wish I had 1-star Lee Sin. Alright, so let's swap sides. Did Twisted Fate do anything? He actually did. He actually did deal some damage. Alright, let's leave him in. We're also really close to Viego 3-star. Alright, so now that we're on the same side, there we go. The attack speed buff directly onto Gangplank. So many stuns. Stun locking my Gangplank. If it wasn't for the stun lock, we might have gotten it. But hey, top 3 with the new OP Gangplank comp. Let's leave it at that. So if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like on the video. It really helps me out a lot. Hype the video as well. And for now, I'll leave you here with more content. See you guys soon.